So hello and welcome to the day 2 match of PMSC qualifier. We have the first match between Group B and Group D. So guys, I would like to welcome all of you who are watching to this first match of qualifier round day 2. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe, and please tap that like to support SAS family as well as SAS squads. So meanwhile we can see the squad have now slowly starting to move on. So we can see the flight trajectory as they move. We have a house full, so all 20 teams and 80 players have joined. The flight trajectory is from the northern side towards the western side of the map, covering partly of the northwest region, that is Cheverny to Milta Power. So this will be an interesting flight trajectory, as we can see squad has to strategize their drop location according to it. So let's see how squad will drop how squad will strategize the drop location. So moving on, we can see squad who has to drop to Georgiapol, City, Container, Charki, Severny, School, Rozok still there for gas. But squad who has to make that rotation towards the military base area, their drop location has to rotate via car. And the squad who will try to drop towards Primox has to use that vehicle. So I think so that strategy will fall. Meanwhile we can see squad number 15, that is BMB squad, now falling towards the Stabler area. I think so squad with who has a network issue will try to play it safe in this match. So moving on towards the game, we have squad number 2, that is the KNKM squad, that is North Korean noobs, now moving towards the Zarki area where the rest of the squad are dropping. We can see North Korean moves slowly moving towards the Zarki area, but as you can see Shinobi squad in the favorite drop location, that is cool. Fake squad lobbing nearby. We can see AKS covering the favorite spot in Rozok area. Meanwhile we can see MNP now moving towards City, Team ER on the same side. We can see Z and HNS hide and seek squad dropping in the nearby location near Georgiapol. Meanwhile we can see squad number 5, that is Shadow Hunters, now moving towards the location. I think so there is no drop spot in this, no house to loot, but let's see how they rotate. Meanwhile we can see squad number 18, that is SG squad, now moving slowly towards the Water City area on the west eastern flank. We can see Mr. Squad has made the rotation of the Popka area. Gear squad are rotating towards the favorite spot in prison and shelter. Meanwhile we can see Manson taken by SNG squad. SNG squad took the chicken dinner in the previous map, but we can see squad number 17 now dropping down towards Stabler area. Squad number 7 is Noob squad, who was knocked out early in the game, but KB7 and BMB squad are currently rotating at the northern side of Stabler. So moving on towards squad number 2, we have Senpati 008, Kim Jong-un, Kim Il-sung, and we can have Kim Jo-jung currently looting in the dark area. They won't be disturbed at the moment, but the action can happen, and the zone that has been scripted is towards the western flank of the Ranga map. So let's see if SND squad and Fake squad tries to engage with each other because they are near to each other. Surprisingly, I think so there is only one squad who will be making that rotation, that is AKS, and this is a very surprising move by many squad because Rozok is currently a hot drop location for many. And meanwhile we can see now on 60 squad now rotating towards the military base area. They know that many of the squads are not rotating towards the military base area, as we have seen in the previous 2 matches and many matches before. And we can see Novo has been taken by the new drop location of TNB squad. TNB currently looting at the Novo. They will make that rotation from the Novo towards the northern side, or I don't know, let's see if they can make that rotation from military base area towards the ferry pier. Meanwhile we can see squad number 17, that is DSA squad, now rotating via the vehicle towards ferry pier area. But let's see, the movement is still going on between SNB squad. SNB squad pride is currently flanking at the moment. We can see the ping speed, guys. Ping speed is 76 ms. So meanwhile in the game we can see AKS are now at the northern side of the Rozok Hill, but the school side has been taken by SNB. So SNB has to battle if they want to flank. But let's see, the movement of SNG squad, we can see Ashik and Rap is now currently rotating, but on the their side, Grid has already scouted the area, so he has given this green signal for the scout to be safe, and they want to loot the nearest warehouse and the compounds nearby. So we can see the rotation of scout and Rap. Grid currently trying to make sure that this squad gets enough loot for the action. Meanwhile, on the other side, now school rotation has been taken by fake squad from apartments towards the area. So apartments currently taken by fake squad. I think so they will be very strong. Apartments taken by fake Koto. We can see fake squads consist of chicken beer, fake coffee, now choco taco. Let's see the rotation of these people, guys, because this squad often divided in PUBG community. But meanwhile, we can see Top Dog manages to knock himself up. Oh my god, the match has not started early, and we can see an early knock for a self knock. That is a suicide bomber. We can see suicide bombing by Top Dog. I don't know why he did that, but he is inside the container. I think so. The rest of TNB squad will be there to revive him. Yes, Max Boy. The IGL currently rotating towards Top Dog, but I don't know why Top Dog did that. That is very still unknown to us. We must ask to TNB. Meanwhile, Tax is there currently looting in the Novo area. So Novo has been currently uncontested by the other squad. I think so. TNB will get the maximum loot they want from the Novo area, and they make that rotation towards the safe zone. Meanwhile, on the southern side, we can see unsexy squad of the Tibetan PUBG community now rotating towards the military base area. Military base has a huge loot area, but I don't think so it will be enough for unsexy. But let's see, because it's a very tricky loot situation going on at the military base area in this new patch, and squad doesn't want to rotate down or drop down to military base, because if 2 or 3 squad drops down, it will be very hard for them to contest. And as you can see, unsexy squad has the loot, and Starman 7 trying to going to get that loot, and 762 and Mini 14, he's now shifting it to AKM at the moment. On the other side, we can see unsexy banana currently looting the sorry, this is the base area of military base. Meanwhile, we can see the banana is taking that loot in that center. So this launching center has been taken by unsexy banana, and Casto is currently looting in other side of the factory area. So let's see Casto. I think so he's having some internet issue. No, he's currently trying to reload and make that rotation. He's trying to think about the rotation, the guns, and the attachments that will help him to move forward in the game. Meanwhile, we can see Stroud on the northern side of the map. Stroud is currently trying to scout for the enemies at the moment, and this is a kind of tricks or the strategies used by many of the pro teams too. They send one players far away, making sure that they can scout. Meanwhile, we can see SNG squad are now battling. SNG squad are battling at the moment, so we can see SNG squad and gear near the mansion area currently battling with each other. So at the right hand side, this warehouse has been taken. Green warehouse, as we can call near the shelter area, has been taken by SNG squad. SNG squad, the chicken dinner winners of yesterday. Let's see if they can continue with that form today too. So meanwhile, we can see Gear squad from Calumping currently rotating. We can see Eric Opika grenade. He's trying to cook the grenade. He's trying to throw it on SNG. Nobody on the that side of SNG squad. Most of them has flanked towards the left hand portion. So as Eric has to cook the grenade very well. He has to know the location of the people. But meanwhile, Gear Squad with one casualty at the moment. Gear Squad Noob OP has been knocked out. We can see Hakai now flanking, taking that pick with that red dot, but he has a very low scope for them to engage from that angle. But let's see if Divine has that scope. He too has M416 with Glacier finish, and he wants to play it safe. Meanwhile, we can see Chris is now rotating from the right side. This was started with SMG squad Dominican, but his tires has been completely busted from the right hand side. So meanwhile, we can see Chris now rotating towards the northern side of the shelter area, trying to be. Eric has been spotted. He has been knocked. who is trying to backstab their squad from behind, who is a solo player, and this strat has been seen normally by SMG making every time in this game. Divine manages to get knocked out. Now Gear Squad knows that one paper is a 3v3 situation going on, and when 2v2 situation going on at the moment, and he has to leave. SMG DJ manages to get Hakai. Divine is the last surviving member. Now DJ knows that there is the last surviving member of Gear Squad. Now they are trying to close in. DJ is there taking TPP, taking a cover behind the car as well as house, but with that squad, Gear has been wiped out early in the game, and SNG takes the first 4 kills and a squad wipe, and with that Gear squad takes the 20th position and moves away. So meanwhile, we have down to 19 teams and 76 players still alive. BMB squad at the northern side of Kameshki has been fallen under the blue zone, and they have to make that rotation towards the safe zone. That is the nearest zone is Rozog. So Mr. Squad 2 is rotating. We can say squad number 17 Noob squad has to rotate. So let's see how they will rotate in by Papi Zen, and we can see Senpai is at the stabler area, and other squad we can see Karma and KB7 is there. Siva has been spotted. The new Cyborg has spotted KB7. KB7 will be finished by Cyborg. Cyborg gets that one kill. I think so KB7 was having some internet issue. So squad number 7 will be wiped out of the game. Sorry, squad KB7 will be knocked out of the game. KB7 with that casualty, but rest of his teammates is there to make sure that the team goes to the later stages of the game. But meanwhile, Noob Squad manages to get the first kill on this PMSC 2020. Cyborg gets the first kill, and with that they have to move towards SasEsports towards the other window. Meanwhile, their own teammate that is Saint Sia is all alone there, and with that if BMB squad takes that advantage, they can wipe one member of squad number 7, and that will balance things out. But let's see if BMB will go for that kill, or will they favor zone at the moment. But on the northern side of the shooting range, where we can see Team ER is making that small rotation towards the safe zone. Team ER couldn't perform well on the first day of the map, but let's see if Team ER can get the chicken dinner in the day 2. This is all. Meanwhile, we can see squad number 9 now rotating. Mr. Squad and MNP are currently rotating. MNP couldn't get the first chicken dinner, but they are preparing for PMI. That means they are one of the top squad. And let's see if this squad can make it to chicken dinner for this time. Mr. Squad versus MNP going on. Then we can see Johnson tapping with Tapa spray at the moment. So what on the other side we can see Mr. Dondon. Oh my god, Mr. Dondon trying to reply back the taps with a red dot, and it's 4x versus 6x versus red dot at the moment. But on the other side of the squad house we can see John is there. Don is on the contractor is currently trying to rotate, closing the door, making sure they don't have the perfect angle or any mistakes from. But meanwhile you can see Mon is holding the compound very well on the bottom side, making sure if anybody slams out he is ready to engage with them. But let's see how Mr. Scott will make that rotation. They are trying to flank back. We can see Johnson and Momo not falling back behind the blue house, making sure they favor zone at the moment. Shots are being targeted towards Johnson and Johnson, but no, they are not fighting. Meanwhile, we have seen Contractor now making the second rotation, and Dondon will be the last member to make the rotation towards the safe zone. Meanwhile, SNB side are currently fighting at the moment. SNB squad are fighting with squad number 2 at the moment. Squad number 2 consists of NK and North Korean noobs are currently batting with SNB. So SNB, I think so the airdrop number 2 has been looted by this squad, and they are making the rotation. So SNB squad are currently fighting with MB and NK and squad Neeb. So we can see Kim So Il Sung unsexy manages to get TNB squad. I think so they were fighting in the military base area. So focusing back to KNKN, who are currently batting with the Darjeeling squad, that is SNB. SNB with Greed with a grenade manages to get Kim Song Un. So Kim Song Un has been knocked out. Now we can see now the rapid push of Greed at the moment. Greed is trying to rotate from the right, flanking from the left, but let's see, they are still inside the building. They are looking for the perfect cover. 3 casualty already, 2 casualty. Greed manages to get 1 casualty. Greed has been now 2v3 situation going on at the moment. Let's see, Rat is there other center. Rat is trying to finish Kim Song In. Kim Song In has been finished, but on the northern side we can see Greed manages to get advantage over Kim Song In, and with that squad number 2 that is NKN squad has been out of the game, taking the 19th position. And SNB squad takes the takes the 4 kills and moves forward in the game. SNB squad playing very well at the moment, making sure they rectify the mistakes and earn as much points as they can in the second round of qualifiers. Meanwhile, we were focusing back to on 60 squad, who manages to get one member of TNB squad. TNB Alex OP was not, but we can see now Max Boy is slowly trying to take the boat inside the safe zone. Tax is there on the southern side, taking the break of compound. The Tax and Top Dog has to make the rotation. So let's see, they are slowly rotating towards the map area, but the southern zone of the safe side has been taken by Primox, already covered by Disa squad. 16 squad, PMSC already taken the fake squad. AKS covering the right hand portion, Unsexy covering this other portion. So they have to make a big, huge rotation towards the north end side. We can see the end return of the year. They have to make all the rotation from Primox area towards the other side, as where there is some safe spot where we can see but let's see, we can see H and X squad are now fighting. Hide and seek squad are currently fighting with the opponent. You can see hide and seek squad is there. So let's see how hide and shots are being coined. Mr. Scott versus H and S going on at the moment. Shots are being fired from every direction. We can see Mr. Scott is there. Don is there. Let's see how they will rotate. But we can see Jealous is being taken there. Jealous is there, but Mr. Scott manages to get advantage of the HNS squad, and HNS takes the 18th position in this game. And with that, 3 squad has already wiped out. Mr. Scott wiping 2 getting 4 kills. So squad are looking strong at the moment. So we can see Don now getting revived towards Johnson, but no casualty as of now for Mr. Scott. And with that, 66 are alive and 3 squad has already been wiped out. Only 1 casualty from TNB squad and 1 from KB7, but the rest of the team still survives. Meanwhile, moving on to squad number 20, we can see Mon number 20, Don Johnson and Contractor is there, but the zone is hurting them a lot, and they have to favor the zone because they are on the Georgiapool city side, so they have to make the rotation. Mon is there, but we are down to zone number 2, and 17 minutes has already been spent on this map. Meanwhile, we can see zone number 1 is now zone number 2 is now 15, and we are moving towards zone number 3, but still 17 teams are alive, and I don't know how they are managing to keep them alive in this zone. But the next zone, I think so there will be more action when the next zone shifts. So let's see how the zone will fall, and let's see how the squad will strategize and predict the zone. Let's see if squad, and we can see a maximum number of squad has predicted the zone very well. We can see MNP squad inside the safe zone, SNB team ER, we can see squad number 7, that is Noob squad, and we can see E in game. We can see teams alive now making that rotation. Bad squad at the center, and see SNG are slowly making their way towards the quarry area, but we can see squad number 18 also making that rotation. So let's see if these guys can fight and keep them safe at the end of the time. But we can see SG squad has to make that rotation. AKS now slowly making that rotation. VNB, AKS, Banana, but TNB is still inside the water, and they are making that left flank and that huge rotation. As I told you before, they have to make that rotation in order to keep them safe. But we can see now these are squad, I think so they have predicted the movement, the TNB, and now moving away from Primox and towards the safe side, towards the left hand position, making sure they get the kill. But let's see how TNB squad will fall. TNB squad still inside the water. Excuse me. TNB still inside the water, has to come out to land and again make their way towards the safe zone. It is a very long path towards the safe zone, but only 1 minute and 13 seconds left for TNB squad to make that rotation. Meanwhile, we can see top dog and Maxwell currently Maxwell riding the bike at the moment. They have seen the flavor and they know the opponent is nearby. Meanwhile, on the edges of the safe zone, we can see many squad are now falling behind. We can see fake squad AKS is there. Squad number 14 that is Disa squad is there on the same side. Shots are being fired. Angry agent is there with 4x trying to find information. AKS on the same side. We can see Sunday is there. CB is there currently hiding the compound. The compound has been taken by Disa squad, but we can see on the northern side now AKS is making the rotation. Now AKS with that Nagato, K9, Madara and Obito are making that rotation towards the nearest compound. They are trying to find a perfect spot. But we can see Salai squad are now engaging with the opponent on the Gatka area. Salai squad with fighting currently with the opponents of Tenzing. But the squad is the one member. Tenzing Zone has been knocked out. But where are the rest of his teammates? The rest of the teammates of squad number 18 is there on the same side. So Wanderer Demon, Singh Choten, Kelsa, both are safe at the moment, but with cost of only one casualty which Team Salai had taken. So meanwhile Team Salai holding the compound very well. I think so the squad has been taken down by Team Salai. Team Salai 1 kill in this way. Moving forward towards the game, still 17 teams are alive, and we can see now the zone number 3 is shrinking, and we are already 20 minutes inside this game. We can see a drop has been dropped down, and the drop consists of M249 5.56 bullets. We can see quick draw of mag, a military vest, helmet and an adrenaline syringe to make sure they make their way towards the safe zone. But the fight is still going on. 61 65 still alive in this small zone, and the fight looks stronger and stronger as the day passes. But SNDT and the squad are now have to battle with the squad that is moved on the same side. We can see flare drop is dropping down on the same side. That is the flare drop, or is it a normal drop? I don't know, but let's see. Focusing back, it is an flare drop, and we can see AR with 20 bullets, DBS and level 3 equipments with ghillie shoot is there for the squad to grab. But there is flare drop. I think so the smoke will spread a message to all the squad in the nearby area to charge in, and we can see this is the strats. Let's see if this is the strats for squad number 7, that is noob squad. We can see Emubu now making that close range rotation towards the flare drop, and he will get that arm and stuff. Smoke cover has been thrown. Nagato is totally making that rotation, making sure he catches the member who will make that drop. But we can see Max Boy now falling from behind. Max Boy is there. No, Max Boy is the top one, has been knocked. Tax and Max Boy is the last two surviving member, rotating currently at the moment, trying to find information. But Max Boy, let's see if he will get the perfect position of the shot. AKS on the same side, but the rotation falls towards Max Boy. Max Boy and Tax, let's see. Shots are being fired. Max Boy, TNT squad are being open, and random shots are being fired towards Best Noob squad. But Noob squad, who has the advantage of the flare drop, has taken compound, but the landscape is currently favoring TNB squad at the moment. But the zone has now shifted, and MNP at the center still predicting the zone very well at the moment, and rest of the squad has to make their rotation. But we can see squad breaking out, fight breaking out between Watson and TJ. So Shadow Hunters are currently battling. The Shadow Hunters are currently battling with the members of BMP squad. So the both squad are currently battling with each other. We can see SNG now has to push towards Shinobi, but Shinobi has to get the kill over SNG squad. SNG Shanghai Esports has been knocked out, but we can see Team E are now currently battling. So battle after battle going on. We can see Team E, Salai versus the Shadow Hunters battling with each other. Shadow with Max Boy manages to get Cyborg on the southern side. So we can't focus on every squad, sorry, but we try to focus as maximum squad as we can. But we can see 3 squad in the nearby area. We can see squad number 5, squad number 15 and squad number 22, that is Salai, BMP and Shadow Hunters are all battling at the center. Meanwhile we can see squad number 14 now slowly making that rotation, that is Disa squad. So let's see how the rotation will fall. But MNP squad are currently battling with Shinobi, has spotted Shinobi. MNP few got manages to get pride, but the battle is still warrior. They are holding the compound, the shots are being fired, the actions is taking place on all sides of the map, and let's see Yongdeku is currently fighting at the moment, but AKS versus Bad Squad at the center of the same side. AKS Madara now making that rotation. So let's see if AKS squad that kill that kill on Bad Squad on the nearest squad house area. We can see 2v2 formation from Bad Squad, but AKS are currently hiding with 2v1v1 position. AKS Nagato taking the triple house, having the height advantage at the moment, making sure he has got the perfect cover. But squads are in the nearby location and they can't focus just on one squad. They have to be aware of the situation, of the landmass, of the people around. They have to read the kill feed, make sure that all the squads and the rotation. That is a skill of a pure pro team. If they have to improve, they have to make sure they have the read. But we get to see are not slamming on towards opponent. Vitoff and Demon is there on the start side. Now there's action fighting going on at the moment. Easy versus Team Mia going on at the moment. Bopio has been knocked. Zhang has been knocked. Team EG currently taking advantage. Two casualty from Team EG. But the zone is now not favoring at the moment. The zone have to favor the zone. We can see Demon already favoring zone. But on the right side, we can see Bad Scott is there. AKS is there. But Zhang and Bop will be finished by the zone. Detox is there on the same side. But let's see Deadshot. Deadshot has to make that rotation. EG is there. But this is zone number 5, guys. Zone number 5 will hurt a lot. And they have to favor the zone. Otherwise, they will be bleed to there. And we can see Deadshot now bleeding to hell, but he is inside the blue zone and he's making his way towards the safe zone. Now Demon has to take that advantage, but let's see, Demon is running far away from there. There is a flare drop in the nearby location, but please manages to get Skull Crasher, but the zone has now shifted towards the safe zone and we can see Fake Squad now down with health. Fake Coffin has been knocked out of the game. Fake call to trying to snake his way towards the safe zone, but the shots are being fired by Mr. Scott on the same side. Mr. Scott holding the small sack as a cover, trying to hold the zone, but Team ER is now moving towards the northern side, trying to pull SNG. SNG versus Team ER going on at the moment. It's a 2v2 situation. It's a 2v2 situation going on at the moment. Team ER Detox will be spotted. SNG is the SNG currently trying to grenades after grenades are being launched. Was that an all set? Unfortunately, it was a quick, so we don't want to punish anyone. It was a small mistake, I guess, for that is acceptable. But he shout out quickly. But let's see, focusing back to SNG. Professor Chris is there. And 2v2 situation going on between Team ER and SNG. And Detox manages to get one member. Chris has been knocked out, but SNG Professor is there on the other side. Let's see Professor. But Professor will be finished. And with that, oh my god, SNG Shanghai Esport, who was the chicken dinner of the last match, has been out of the game. And we can see Salai Squad are now battling with the opponent. Salai Squad on the same side of battling with other members of TSH, and the Shadow Hunters are out of the game. We are down to now 12 to 36 players still alive. SMB squad are now fighting with BMB squad. BMB squad Senpai has been knocked. Karma is there, Ashit is there, but Greed and Pride has already been knocked. So 2v2 situation going on at the moment. Salai 2 is fighting with Papis and Karma is all alone with Shinobi squad. So let's see if Shinobi squad can take advantage, but Salai squad are now closing in. Battle after battle, Karma will revive Senpai. Senpai will be revived. Grenade has been cooked and thrown, and it doesn't connect in Karma at the moment, but we can see Ashit and Rat has taken the barn house area on the first terrace. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad, apparently Papizian has given information of a Salai now pushing in from the behind. So let's see how Salai squad. But let's see. Oh my god, Bad Squad make that rotation. A slam in by Bad Squad. Now 4 squad are in the same compound. They are battling with each other. Oh guys, this is a very tough situation. Karma is in danger. Bane Senpai. So squad has to hold it now very well. MNP Flip God manages to get Wonder Demon. Karma managed to get Black Squad. Oh my god, Black Squad, Salai, Shinobi and BMB in the same building. They are ready for the action. Bats Rush managed trying to get that FPP mode, trying to hide away some of the smokes that has been affecting his vision at the moment. But on the northern side, we can see Salaya holding the compound. 55 seconds for the zone to shrink. This is zone number 3, guys, and this is not a joke. Meanwhile, Bad Squad has been won. 9 teams are alive. 24 players still surviving, but still all the 9 teams are fighting. Now we can see a rapid push from Salai squad. Let's see if we can got technique, but this will be a third party after third party. Bad Squad who was on the ground for trying to fight with that moment, but we can see Salai squad is there on the same side. Senpai is holding the compound with the smoke. Oh my god, a perfect cover by Senpai at the moment, hiding behind the smoke, but he has been spotted by Juice, and Airbnb squad will be out of the game. Meanwhile, Shinobi is still there inside the building. Now Salai manages to get 2 members. 14 squad is still there, and Disa squad now currently rotating. So Sita squad Angry is trying to fight in 5 squad in the same compound. Salai manages to get 2 squad, but SNB and these are member how they will fare. Meanwhile, we can see MNP squad are now slowly closing on. MNP has the zone advantage. 4 kill already for MNP squad, currently hiding behind the smoke, currently taking the cover, making sure they have perfect cover, but the fight is still breaking and the zone is now shifting and they have to fight now. SMB versus squad number. Disa has been spotted. Disa and will be spotted, knocked and will be finished by Rat manages to wipe out one team. Shinobi squad are playing very well. Mafia versus SNB going on at the moment. Mafia is the last surviving member. Heal battle going on at the moment. Ashit is there. Rat has been finished. Oh my god, the heal battle has been successful for Team Salai, and Team Salai manages to die a little later than Shinobi squad, and with that 3 teams only surviving at the end of this zone. A zone has hunted many squad a lot, so MNP Extra now have to battle with Mr. Squad and AKS, but we can see 9 players are still alive. AKS, Nagato and Dobito, who have been knocked out recently by Dankor, so let's see how Dankor will make that rotation. Meanwhile, MNP with all 4 surviving members, so and only 3 surviving members, the probability of MNP winning this game has gone up to 60% because all the members they have survived. But let's see if this will be a 4v3v2 4v3v1 situation going on at the moment. 7 players are still alive. MNP Mr. Squad are currently trying to make his way towards the safe zone, but they have in close encounter with MNP Squad. MNP taking the vehicle, now making his way towards the safe zone. Now 2 teams are survived. One of the members of AKS has been knocked down, but MNP is there, so let's see if MNP can get the chicken dinner. MNP looking very strong at the moment. They are holding the compound. 3 members have already covered the left hand hill. Meanwhile, Dankor, the IGL is currently going for the rapid charge towards the opponent, trying to make sure they can spot the location of his opponent, making sure that the opponent doesn't come back towards the safe zone. But Dankor is currently knocked, and Mon will manage to get that knock towards Dankor. Dankor has been knocked. The IGL has been finished. The zone is now favoring MNP squad at the moment, but let's see how Mr. Scott will battle. Mr. Scott versus MNP. Both of the Manipuri teams currently fighting. Mr. Mono manages to finish Dankor. Mr. Contact manages to get Kazama. Mr. Scott are playing very well at the moment, so the fight is looking strong at the moment. Now Mr. Scott favoring them, but Mon with the rapish were taking advantage with that L cover of the winner, but the vehicle has been destroyed. Big curve fire from Mon manages to get one moment. Flipkart is the last surviving member of MNP squad, so let's see how Flipkart will fight. But the rest of the teams are currently fighting. Contractor versus Flipkart at the moment. Let's see who will get the key jump, but Flipkart had the height advantage, and with that GG to MNP squad for getting that chicken dinner. Oh my god, 8 kills for MNP squad, but Mr. Squad ranking up some good kills at the moment. 11 kills already for Mr. Squad, and AKS taking the 3 kills to 3rd position. So GG to all of them for this game 2. This game, first game of the qualifier round day 2, and MNP takes that chicken dinner. With that, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe, and for the viewers reward code, the code is hashtag MNP, guys. Hashtag MNP is the code, and make sure you tag us to achieve that points. And